Okay, Matt, first swing on the left, as you can see, watch the grip. See how the V of your right hand is way too strong. It's out this way. Whereas the swing on the right, the V is pointing more towards your nose, which is what we are after. So that is what we're after. So then as you swing back, you move off it. Now you got to get back into your left leg, which is what you do quite nicely. And now pushing into your left leg, way better. See how you don't tilt the right shoulder as much? Your right hand is over here, your shoulders are tilted too much because of the grip, trying to tuck it to stop it hooking, and then you're in all sorts of trouble. So all of a sudden now we get the grip in the right spot. Now the shoulders work better and release the club beautifully, and we're hitting better shots. Okay, first swing on the left, second swing, first swing on the right, second swing on the left, sorry. So see as you come down, see where the shaft is coming down through your neck? Right, so we see the shaft coming down there, whereas this one's a bit shallower. So what happens, the club's coming down through your forearm rather than way outside, okay? And then the club doesn't swing too far to the right, this more down the line, and look at the ball starts off in a better position. So what we're trying to feel is though, get the top to backswing, the arms look as though they're a bit, I'll show you this, clear that. The arms look like they're a bit deeper here, so they're behind the shoulder or more on the shoulder, whereas this one's too close in between your head and your shoulders. So the one on the left is what we are chasing after. Okay, Jay, first swing, I'll do this. So what we're doing is as we're swinging back here, see where the club head is there, it's in line with your hands. This one is shut and behind your hand. So we've got to keep the arms in front of you going back, which you do there. So look at your glove hand. The arms are in the middle of the chest, whereas the one on the left, it's too far behind you. So all of a sudden now you come down, you actually naturally shallow the club. But look where the club is there, in line with your hands. So this one, the club on the left is too far inside you. You are going to struggle with those shots. So all of a sudden now we've got the arms in front of you going back, which then gets the club out in front of you coming down. Better shots. Okay, first swing on the left. See how much your left foot is flared. Okay, and then your hips are too far back that way. Okay, so then we have on the right hand side reduce the foot flare. So watch what happens in the vertical forces. So now all of a sudden so as your foot is flared, you'll turn the body more before the left leg locks. When the left foot is straighter, look how much left foot flare is. Look how much your knees are bent. You're on the left hand side, your left knee is still way bent. It hasn't locked. Your one on the right's already locked. Hasn't locked, and already locked. So it locks too long, and then once it's locked, look how much more side bend you have with your shoulders. Right? So you've even got further bend this way. Massive that way, not as much. Okay? So you can see the big difference there in the shoulders, and then it goes through. So that's what we're doing. And also from behind. The backswing's good going back. You just got to be careful. See how your shoulders are aiming left? So you just got to close your feet off slightly for that. And then coming down, this is a little bit too shallow. So the club's a bit too far behind your hands. So we've got to feel as though that right shoulder's a little higher coming down. So your shoulders are sort of closed off, the right shoulder's a bit lower. And then you've got to release it down and around a bit more. Okay, so you've got to keep that right shoulder higher on the way down, which is what you're doing on the right hand side. First swing on the right, second swing. So look at the grip. You can't see any knuckles, can you? The V of your right hand.
Yep.
Where is the V? The V is going up this way. Okay, and then you look at this one. Where's the V going up? More up to your right ear, isn't it? Okay, so then the V goes up that way. So that's the big thing we need in the swing. So the rest of the swing starting to look pretty good. Clear all them. Now we're releasing the club better. So the difference is, if you start slicing the ball, you need to feel as though the arms do more work than the body. So here, the arms are doing more work than the body. Right? And that will get the ball drawing. If you use too much body, not enough arms, you get the one that goes out to the right. So that's how we balance it all out, right? So look at the difference here. So this, look how much your hips are rotated on the right compared to the one on the left. Okay, so then we come back to the top of the backswing. Look how much the hips have turned. The hips have turned more on the top here. There's more rotation going through. So you've got to balance out in the swing. So there's your big difference here. This is turned compared to that, right? You can see your hips on the right are pointing more to the target. Hips on the left are pointed as far around. So you've matched up the arms and the body correctly. You slice out to the right, the body's turning too much. So to fix that, use more arms. That will stabilise it.
Okay.
Okay, first swing is on the left here. This is your first swing. The second swing is on the right. So what we're looking at, so we start off with a setup, right? So we need the knees bent a little bit. So the knees are too straight on this one. The knees are too straight and your back's too straight. See this one on the right, we've got more bend with the spine and a little bit of bend with the knees. Okay, and then the left arm's hanging down in a better position. Then as you swing the club back, that's the first one. So now as you swing the club back, your left arm should be in the middle of the chest like this. See how the hand's too far back behind him, right? So the arms are in front of the body more. And see how the arms are collapsed at the top? Where now the arms are nice and high at the top. So then coming down, see how the arms are against the body? Where are the arms out in front of the body? Okay, so the arms are in front of the body. See how the arms are out here rather than squashed against the body. And then what happens? Then you transfer your weight and you finish on your left leg. So that's what we're trying to do. So we're doing really well there. So look at that, as you can see, the right foot here is on the ground. The right foot over here is turned up. So now we've got your first swing on the left here. So see how the arms collapse and your elbows bent. See this? Whereas the swing on the right, we're in a better position at the top, okay? And the big change comes on the way down. See how your arms are collapsed against your body on the left?
Yeah.
The one on the right, the arms are out in front of you, the body keeps turning, and you finish on your left leg. This one here, you stay back and you miss the ball. see your arms collapsing. Your weight stays on your back foot, so the swing on the right's the one we're after. Feel the difference, very good changes. So there you go, at the top of your backswing, so that's very good. See how your left arm's away from your body. And this one, the left arm's collapsing. It doesn't have to be really straight, but it just needs to be in front of you. You got it? And then coming through, you get onto your left leg, hitting it. Now, I'd recommend when you come to the range for now, hit off a very small tee, right? It's easier to hit, you hit some nice shots. If you're trying to hit off the ground, very difficult starting out, okay? Okay, first chip shot is on the right-hand side. See this red line? I'll redo the red line for you. See this red line down the shaft? Now, your club should stay on that red line as we swing.
Yeah, it doesn't.
But as you see how the club's gone under the red line, so it's too far behind me, and the club face is shut.
Okay.
So the club face is shut, and then you can't get good contact, and then the club goes out to the right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back here. Here's your practice swing. So now we've got a shaft in the ground, and I'll draw the red line on. And see how the club goes up the red line?
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
That's the way we need to do it, right? So all of a sudden from there, now the club just falls down beautifully. Look at this, beautiful. And look where the club goes, along the red line. Beautiful. Compared to the one out here on the right, where the club goes out to the right, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to achieve. Look at that. That's on plane. Beautiful. That's what we're after. So now, big thing with that is 60% of your weight on your left foot. You have to have the stable left knee. Everything in your chipping, full swing, everything stable left knee. And you need to feel as though on your follow through, you have more, there's a little bit more power through the shot. Right? Okay, so they're the big things we need. First swing on the right, second swing on the left. So the first swing on the right, they see here I've got the red line on the shaft. The club should swing along that and the face should look slightly open. What you got here, this club face is shut and on the inside, whereas that one on the left is very, very good. So that's what we are trying to do. So all of a sudden now, releasing beautifully. So good. So setup's different, so a bit further away from it. Trace it up the line, let the club fall down. Beautiful. First swing on the left, second swing on the right. So the swing on the right, the arms are going a bit straighter back, whereas the one on the left, see how the club's way behind you here? And then the arms are getting too deep behind you. All right, so now look, hands are a bit higher up on the right hand side. I don't quite get as across the line. And then coming down, see the big move. Because the hands are so deep, you've got to try and create some room. So then the club comes too far over the top. So all of a sudden now, we've shallowed it out. This is on the top of your right shoulder, where this is in between your shoulder and your neck. So it's quite steep. Now look at the difference there. So that club's coming in between your arms, whereas this one's going down your left forearm. And then the release through. Okay, so then you're in a better position. No chicken wing either. Look at the chicken wing on the left. On the right, it's beautiful. So we've got to feel as though the arms are in front of you more in the backswing and behind you in the downswing a little bit. Okay, first video on the left, second one on the right. So see this red line? So as we swing back, the club should stay on the red line, but on the left, yours is inside the line and shut. So you can see that there. Whereas the one on the right, look at that, bang, on the right, on the line and square. So the follow through is pretty good, but I want to make sure your shoulders are a little bit open and you're getting that club face up that line. So that's what's looking pretty good. So I like that. So it's coming along quite nicely. First swing is on the left. So what we're looking at, your grip, your left hand wasn't on top of the club properly. So now we've put the left hand on top of the club. And we are getting that. So once we've got the club right. So now as you swing to, I like your backswing. It's very good. Now the big thing here is now on the downswing, see how your weight is now getting onto your left leg and your hands are turning the club over. And see your follow through. Look at this. Here compared to your head back too far behind you there. Right, so we're feeling as though we're getting more weight on your left leg and you've turned the body through onto your left leg. See how your goes through, weight transfers. Look how your right heel, so look at your right heel down here.
Holy shit.
Compared to this one. So you've turned the body through. So now, first swing on the left. I like the backswing. The backswing's pretty good, so I'm not going to change too much there. But coming down the club face, look at that. Look where that's pointing way right. That's a bit different, isn't it? So that looks like it's pointing way out there. This one's pointing a bit straighter and you hit the ball. So all we're trying to do is feel as though those hands turning over a little bit earlier. Okay, so that's all we're trying to do. So that's the big thing. Turn over and then you finish on your left foot. See how the swing on the right, you're more on your toe, you're turning up onto your right toe, more weight on your left foot, whereas the one on the left, your heel's staying on the ground, your right heel's staying on the ground. So, key points to do. We're going to have your setup. You've got to get the correct setup. A little bit of tilt with the body to the right, so the left hip is a little bit further forward. Backswing's fine. Now we're going to push into our left leg and let the hands turn over. That's the big thing. Ball goes out to the right, the club face is open. The butt start hooking the ball, you're turning your hands too much. So it's just a little bit of a balancing act. Okay, paddle swing on the left, normal swing on the right. See on the right, see how much your left hand turns over? Whereas the paddle's more stable. Look at that. Right, so it's a lot of turning. You can see all your palm on your right hand, on your left hand. The paddle you don't until there. Okay, so that's the first thing. And here, watch this. Cutting back's good. And coming down, that just the elbow kicks out, throws the club. There's a flip, right? Compared to practice swing here on the left. Watch your left knee, it doesn't move, right? This is what we need, it's stable, right? Very stable. Okay, then watch what we do when we hit it this one. See how the left knee's moving?
Yeah.
Right, we need that left knee to be stable. So just looking at your setup here, your left leg is kicked in too much, so you've got this look to set up. And then as you're going to hit the shot, you're moving off the ball way too much for a pitching wedge, and then you can't get back to the ball. Now look how far behind the ball your head is. It's going. So now look at my setup, the left knee pretty much the same, and then I'm not moving off the ball too much. You will move off a little bit, but you're just moving off too much.